Hi, I'm J.S. Law, author of Tenacity. My 3 top writing tips are: number 1, finish the book. Okay, once you've got the words down there, then you can go back and edit. Number 2, don't go back and edit while you're finishing the book. It's a fool's errand, and you could spend months and months not actually completing anything. And number 3, when you do finish the book, send it out. You can't get published unless you've got a ticket for the lottery, so you've got to get your books out there and get them seen by other people.
Okay, my name is Quentin Bates and I write strange books set in Iceland, including the latest, which is called Thin Ice. My 3 top writing tips are: get on with it, get on with it, get on with it.
So my first writing tip would be to make a routine for yourself and organise yourself so that you actually do some writing rather than getting waylaid by internet, social media and all the other things that can deter you from writing. My second writing tip would be to focus on character before you start your plot. You may have an idea, but work out who your characters are and what their characteristics are, what they look like, what their background is, and what their psychology is. My third writing tip is to read. It's as simple as that.
And your name in the book?
Diana Bretherick. My books are City of Devils and The Devil's Daughters.
Yeah, I'm Steph Broadribb and my book is Deep Down Dead. It's the story of Laurie Anderson, who's a Florida bounty hunter and single mum. And it's my debut novel. So 3 writing tips. Firstly, read. Read everything and anything. You can learn a huge amount about writing from reading how other authors have approached a story, different ways of telling it, different points of view, different styles. So read really broadly. My second tip is really write what you love. If you love a story, if you love a character, then hopefully there are people out there who love it too. Don't try and write to the market because you think something is popular. Write from the heart. And my third tip is try and write every day, because if you want to write a novel, it's a long, long process. So if you can write 10 words a day, 100 words a day, 1,000 words a day, whatever amount it is, they all add up. So keep doing it day by day, and in the end, you have a novel. That's good.
I'm Moriarty. I'm the author of The Killing of Bobbi Lomax. I just want to give you 3 writing tips that I hope you'll find useful. The first one I use is always know the ending of what you're writing, because I think if you don't know the ending, it's very difficult to get your journey to that destination. So I prefer, through writing screenplays, to know what the ending is before I set off, and I know that a lot of other people don't, but I do. The second thing is, don't get in your own way. So don't cause yourself problems that interfere with your writing. Try and keep your writing sacred. If you can just do it before work, even if it's an hour, half an hour, on the bus, after work, during lunch break, pick your time and kind of stick to it religiously as much as you can. And where you can, and try and get in the habit of writing anyway. So always have a pencil and a piece of paper with you. Don't rely on an iPad or lugging a laptop around. Just be very kind of free to go and write at any time. My third thing would be to find other writers somewhere in your local area, ideally that you can meet up with. You can do it even online as well, because you will give each other feedback that you might not get anywhere else. You might not have any other feedback, and once you find that supportive group of people, you try and stick with it. I'm from the Faber Academy. I'm still sending my work to people that I met there 5 years ago, and we all support one another. So that would be my top tip. Find other writers in the same situation as you, at the same level as you, and stick together like a band, and you'll help each other find success. So happy writing.
Hello, my name is V.H.Leslie, V.H.Leslie, and this is my debut novel, Bodies of Water. I've got to give you 3 tips for writing, and my first tip is to read lots, Jo Blackwell's is a particularly good person to speak to. She's got a wonderful array of books, but also a great personal knowledge of lots of books from different places, which I definitely recommend. So read widely. The second tip, I think, would be to benefit from going on residencies and to, if you can, travel to places where you're researching, and sometimes take unconventional routes to get there. I spent a month on a Shetland island in a croft house, and if the ferry didn't come in and bring in the food from, then the local shop wasn't stocked up. So that brought its own interesting kind of stories. Luckily, the man next door, Hamish, used to bring some tatty soup along, which was great. So open yourself up to other opportunities and travel. And my third tip is probably to research, I think, and to benefit from non-fiction. Places like the British Library and the Wellcome Library are particularly good places to go.
My name is Carolyn Huges. My currently published book is called Fortune's Wheel. It's the first in the series of Meanbridge Chronicles, historical fiction set in the 14th century. I think I have just two writing tips. The first is to write an outline before you start, but not expect it to be set in concrete. So allow it to develop and change as you write the book. That's the first thing. And not necessarily to expect to know the ending yourself. Let the writing of the book tell you what the ending is going to be. The second tip really is to write character descriptions for all of your main characters. It's very important to know how they tick, how they behave, what their background is. Even if you don't use any of the background material, it's very important to know who these people are. And so writing character descriptions is the way to do that. That's it.